All right, hello everyone. Welcome to our previous announcement for the Big Bear Squatch North Trail Party that is happening this Saturday, April 4th in Bear Mountain, New York. We're going to go over our pre-race announcements. Everything I say tonight will be mailed out, sent out in an email to you all via Ultra Sign Up. Not sure if it'll be tonight or tomorrow, but you will receive it. And then we will also upload this audio to our podcast, and if you can't watch it live, you can watch the replay on YouTube at any time at your earliest convenience. We try to hit it from every angle, so we've got the podcast recording, you can listen to the video, or the email that you can read. So we're gonna blow through this. Probably take about 30 minutes or so. So let's kick it off. All right. So, first things first, the weather. Everybody's probably looking at the weather. I actually need to update this because the weather has changed significantly. It looks like it's going to be a high of about 70 or so on Saturday, which means it's going to be warm. So this is going to be kind of that classic early warm weather race of the season where I think myself included, you kind of get caught off guard by how warm it might get up to, but I think it's going to be great running weather, hiking weather. Might be a little chilly to start, but it is going to get warmer later in the day if you're going to be out there for the full time cutoff till 3 o'clock. So it is possible we're going to get some rain. I would not be surprised if there's a chance of rain in the forecast. That means it's probably going to happen at a Sasquatch Trail Party. The note about this with this event is that it's extremely rugged. So when it does rain, it can make certain sections a little bit slippery. So just take your time if you are feeling that the trails are getting a little slick out there with the rain. As always, we allow poles at all of our events. So if that's something that you find to be helpful, you're welcome to use poles. They are encouraged, and definitely for this event, whether it's rain or shine, we always recommend a shoe that has really great traction. So skip those road shoes for this one. You're going to want a nice pair of trail runners that got some good lugs on the bottom. And we always try to be very honest with the difficulty level of our events. We have plenty that are brand new, newbie friendly races. This one is rugged. It's steep. There's a lot of climbing in it. Hopefully you've been reading our emails, you've been reading the website to know what you are signed up for. That being said, it is an incredible course, both the 10K and the half marathon. All of the climbing rewards you with really sweeping views of the Hudson Valley. You guys are in for a real treat with this race. For parking, you're going to want to plug in Anthony Wayne Recreation Area in Bear Mountain, New York. That should pop right back. It should pop up in your email. When we send this out, you can click on the link and it'll bring you to a Google link there. But if you just type in Anthony Wayne, it's going to pop up. This is a parking lot that is literally a mile long. It is huge, huge, huge. So this is one of our favorite parking lots because we don't have to worry about having volunteers there to direct traffic. You can park literally anywhere. You're going to be super close to the start finish area. It's literally like a 15-second walk from the parking lot. So plenty of room. Half marathoners, note that you will pass your car when you come through because you're going to do the first lollipop, which is about 7.5-ish miles. You're going to come back to the start finish, go through our timing mats. We'll have an aid station set up and then go back out. So potentially you could leave stuff in your car if you want to do that. 10Kers, you will not have that option. So you are going to be out on the trails for the entire 10K and you will not pass your car at any point during the event. We say this about all of our races. You're welcome to leave your stuff at the start finish area. We're just not going to be able to watch it. But that being said, this is a race where you're literally right next to your car, so you can leave stuff there if you would like to do that. For our schedule, check-in. This is for all of the events, so the 10K, the 10K Ruck, the half marathon. Everybody's on the same schedule. Check-in will be ready for you at 8:15. Our start time for the events, all of them, are at 9 o'clock. It's a mass start. Half marathoners, you've got one cutoff at the aid station, which is when you come back to the start finish. So Squatch HQ, you got to be back here by 12:30 p.m. And the finish line cutoff for both events is 3 o'clock. So that means you've got 6 hours to finish either the 10K or the half marathoner. So we did the math for you. Half marathon, you got to maintain about 27 minutes, 30 seconds per mile to make the pace for the cutoffs. And 10Kers, You've got a groovy 58 minutes per mile to finish at 3 o'clock. Again, we always mention this. It's a part of our permit. It's literally written into our permit, which I just signed, just got from them, mailing it back. We cannot have any runners and hikers on the course after 3 o'clock. That is our cutoff. So this, and also it's not something where you can say, well, I'm going to take my bib off and go run. You're still technically part of the event, and we got to be respectful of that because it is a part of our permit. The rangers are on site. They do enforce it if we have any issues, which we've had one instance in the past where eventually that participant came to their senses. So required gear for the Big Bear Squatch North. You gotta have a charged cell phone with you, and then you need to have a water bottle or hydration pack. We recommend bringing at least a liter and a half of water with you. Carrying 200 calories. We're going to give you a whistle at check-in. It's that big, very small. And then you got to have the GPX of the course map on your phone or your device. And on our website, we've got that link for you where you can download the GPX. We also provide a tutorial of how to do that if that's not something you've ever done before. If you still have trouble beyond that, reach out to me. I'm happy to hop on a call with you to help you work that out. I've done that in the past. Not a big deal. It's a great skill to have for you to kind of expand your trail horizons too, to find new routes and all that. So recommended gear. This is based on feedback that we've heard from participants and also our own experience out there. Recommend poles if that's something that you find to be helpful. External battery pack if you're going to be out there for a long time. Buff hat gloves probably isn't a race where you're going to need that on Saturday because of the temperatures, but it's never a bad idea to have an extra layer in there. Wipes if you anticipate using the facilities. There are no restrooms on the course. And then, of course, a Ziploc bag to pack out your trash if you're going to be bringing those wipes with you. Check-in. So when you arrive at Squatch HQ, our volunteers are going to be there to give you your bib, your safety pins, and a swag items. Folks who are doing the ruck division, we've got a little hand scale that we'll use to weigh your pack. So just a reminder, it's 15 pounds for the lightweight division, 30 pounds for the heavyweight division, and that is your dry weight. So that means whatever your pack weighs without your food and water, that is what needs to reach that 15 pounds and your 30 pounds. And we just mentioned that. We will give you a whistle that you need to carry with you. And then, of course, we'll have the squat shop. It's going to be open all day. We got hats, hoodies, buffs, tees, really fun button-down, goofy stuff. And we can take Venmo, credit card. We just got a new credit card reader, which is fantastic. It finally works. If you've had to bear with us in the past, there's no longer that problem anymore. And of course, cash also works. So we will give you your handcrafted wood medals at the finish line. We have a lot of different ones to choose from. I kind of got carried away in the squat shop with designs. I really wanted to like manifest warm, sunny weather. So there's a lot of like sunflowers and suns, and of course the bears are on all of them, but we have a lot that you can choose from. So our plan is we're gonna have a big table at the finish line with all the medals just kind of spread out, and you can walk over and pick the one that you like the most, because they are very different, a lot of different designs to choose from. And then, as always, we have awards for top 3 female, non-binary, and male for each of the events. And the ruck participants will receive a Go Ruck patch, which is very cool. So you will also receive that. Restrooms. We're going to have a whole bunch of porta-johns at the start-finish area. And then, as always, we have our menstrual products and body wipes are available right there at the porta-johns. These are sponsored by one of our partners, Dr. Colleen Drehos. She's a pelvic floor physical therapist. She sponsored all the products last year, and she's doing it again this year, and it is just amazing. I've personally never seen that many menstrual products in one spot. She's got this really cool storage organizer that keeps everything dry. So, as we always like to do, we'd like to keep it, if possible, right at the porta-john, so you don't have to ask, you don't have to dig for it. It's going to be right there. And then, like we said before, there are no other restrooms on the course. For medical, we've got a fully stocked first aid kit and AED at Squatch HQ. The Queensboro Aid Station with the half marathoners only are going to hit that around mile 4. We'll also have a first aid kit. And then just a reminder, we never give out any medication, including Tylenol, Advil, etc. So if you anticipate needing that, you're going to need to bring that for yourself. For our New York events for the Harriman one here, we like to do what's called safety checkpoints. So you're going to see these bright yellow laminated signs that are posted in the ground at a couple spots throughout the course. And this is simply to help you and to help us out if there is some sort of an emergency out there. We encourage you to, as you pass them by, simply make a note. They're labeled A, B, C, D. And just remember, like, okay, I just passed checkpoint A couple minutes ago. So if you were to run into an issue, whether it's for yourself or somebody else in the race, or even maybe, a public park user, you could call us. Again, my phone number is listed on those signs, and so is the New York State Park Rangers phone number is listed on there. And it's got GPS coordinates, so you can let us know approximately where you are on the course. This just helps the response time drastically drop if we can pinpoint where you are. So just take note of that as you pass them out in the course. Thankfully, we've not ever needed to use them, but it's something that we like to have out there just in case. So the course description, again, not a flat course. There's always one or two people that show up to the race and they come to the finish line. They're like, I had no idea there was so much climbing. And admittedly, they said, I admit it, I didn't read anything about it. So again, we just like to be upfront with it. The 10K, it packs in at least 1,000 feet. Your vert is going to vary depending on your watch and your phone and all that. But the average we collected from people who finished the race is around 1,400 feet of elevation gain. And the half marathon climbs around an average of 2,600 feet of elevation gain. So both of the courses, rugged, technical, steep climbs, descents, cliffs, and scrambling, and a whole lot of fun. So the half marathon, you are starting with the 7.5 mile-ish lollipop. That's much less rugged and less technical than the second one. That's the 10K course. So this is something we do for this year to just help you guys out and help reduce some of the confusion that we've had in the past. We are marking that with blue trail ribbons. Okay, so blue trail ribbons, and again, there will be the overlap. You know, the idea with a lollipop, that means that there's a straight line here, and then there's a loop. So this straight line here is going to be marked with both pink and blue, and then where the half marathon continues straight, you'll follow those blue ribbons. We will have a course marshal there as well, who will be directing traffic, and where your 10K will be making a hard left up the Ramapo-Dunderberg Trail following pink ribbons. So hopefully that'll help us all out a little bit. That was great feedback we received from last year, so we're excited to implement it for this coming Saturday. So the big thing is, the half marathoners, you have to come back to the start finish. You might be tempted to just not do that extra mile, but that shortchanges you over 2 miles on the course, which is not good. So you need to make sure you come all the way back to the start finish. It also lets us know you're split, you're crossing over the timing mat, and there's an aid station there. So lots of reasons to come back. And then you're going to go out, follow the pink ribbons, and do the 10K course. So again, the 10K course is hard, but your hard work is going to be rewarded with a lot of really incredible views. We were out there this past weekend with the weekend before with the New Jersey Trail Conference. They led a preview run. It was beautiful. We had really clear views. You could see the whole New York City skyline at Cat's Elbow. Really awesome views of the Hudson River, the whole Hudson Valley. So highlights include Cat's Elbow, West Mountain. It's absolutely squatch-tastic from start to finish. We just updated our course map. We started working with a new map maker, which is great. It's a very nice upgrade from my very elementary skills, where I was basically taking like screenshots of maps and then trying to draw the route on there on my computer. So this is a really nice upgrade. We're really excited about this. You can download the full high quality PDF from our website. It's got the map, and also the elevation profile is also on there. Nature, this is your nature disclaimer. Okay, so first we'll talk about human nature. So the course is open to public trails, which means that none of the trails that we're on are closed just to us, so you'll probably run into other park users. That being said, you might pass some dogs out in the course. Hopefully everyone's abiding by the leash law and has them on leash, but just be alert and aware of your surroundings, because there could be off-leash dogs, unfortunately. And then if you live in the Northeast, you know that black bears are active. There is a misconception that black bears hibernate. That's not entirely true. Yes, it happens in some instances, but other bears will not hibernate if they're able to find food sources. So I live in the area in a very heavy bear area. I haven't actually seen any this season so far, but you know, they could be out there. They do live out there. That is their home. So the protocol we like to give is if you see a bear, you're going to stop moving. Don't keep running towards the bear. You're going to stop. You're going to put your hands in the air, wave them. The goal is to make yourself as big as possible. If you have poles, you can bang the poles together, wave them around, and you're just going to shout as loud as you can, "Hey, bear." I mean, you can shout anything, but that's what we tell people to yell. "Hey, bear." And, you know, 9 times out of 10, the bear is going to see you even before you see it, and it's going to be gone. The other thing that's common is snakes. There are some snakes out there. Again, I haven't seen any this season yet, but I've certainly seen plenty of snakes at Harriman State Park. The most common ones are rat snake, which is it looks very scary, but they're harmless. They're very big. They're all black, fat snakes. And then the other one is it's possible to see a timber rattlesnake. I've seen them out there. They're very, very beautiful. But again, you're not approaching wildlife. You're going to stop, give them a really wide berth, go around them as wide as you can, and you're not going to approach wildlife. Next slide here, pets. Pets are not allowed to participate in the race. Spectators can have pets at Squatch Q. They just need to be leashed at all times. Next up is timing. So your bib has a timing chip on the back. You're going to see that. Don't touch it. Don't try to remove it. Hopefully it's going to stick there permanently, but that is how we track you on when you cross over the timing mat. So it's really important you keep your bib visible at all times. So don't put it underneath a bunch of layers. And also you want it in the front of your body, not in the back on your hydration pack or your back. I actually have them here, so I'll show you. We can get a couple demos. They came out really nice. Again, we stick with the smaller 4x6 size because that is a lot easier to pin on and much smaller. So here is the half marathon. Folks that signed up early were able to request a custom name, which is fun. So get that up there. This is Mike's bib, number 251. So that is the half. The half marathon is green, and the 10Kers are blue. Here we got some bears on there, which is really fun. So when you get to check in, you will tell volunteers your name, and they will find the bib in the box. So that is for your bibs. Our results will be posted. I would love to get them up by Saturday evening. Just depends what time I'm able to wrap up all the things. But if not, the latest will be on Sunday. You will get an email alerting you that the results are live, which you can check them out. And that will be on the registration page on Ultra Sign Up. We're really excited to share that this year we've got one of our Sasquatch partners going to be at the race. And that is Fio Powers with Powers of Change. She's going to be hanging out at Squatch HQ. And let's see. We also have the... Wait, let me go back to Fio. That slide didn't update. All right. So what it's supposed to say with Fio, she's going to be doing breathwork readings, which is really cool. So if you want to check that out, learn more about the amazing work that she does, you can stop by her tent. Personally, I've been working with Fio over the last couple months doing breath work, and it has quite literally changed my life to learn those skills. And I really hope people will take advantage of meeting her and seeing her offerings. Not only does she do breath work, she also is a massage therapist, and she's got all of the degrees and everything. And you can learn more about her. Her website is powersofchange.com. Okay, and then the next thing, we got the Retrail project. So this is something we started up last year. This was an idea from some of our community members that wanted to find a way to keep stuff out of the landfill, but get it into the right hands of people who could use it and give it new life. So we have these bins that are set out next to a tarp. So if you can see the picture right there, where you can bring gear that you have. It needs to be either be brand new or very, very gently used. and you can just donate it. And what we do is every race we put out the tarp, and then people bring their gear that they want to pass on to other people, and then anybody can take it. So you don't have to donate an item in order to take something. It's just totally take whatever you need, pay it forward, and keep stuff out of landfill. So it's been so fun because every race we fill the tarp up with gear from people, and then usually by the end of the race, most of it is gone, and whatever's left we give to our friends at the Hackensack Middle School. We partner with a trail running club there, and the students all put it to really good use. So it's just been a really fun program to do the last year. Okay, let's talk about the half marathon, the aid stations for you guys. So Queensboro aid station is around mile 4. We're going to have our volunteers out there. Jody Bauer is the aid station captain. Many of you will recognize him because he is around at so many of the local trail races. He volunteers constantly at events. So at that aid station, we're going to have water, and we'll have snacks. I think I've done finally a better job of scaling it down. Every year I'm like, all right, maybe they need this stack, that stack, that stack. And then Jody always tells me like 3 people took stuff. And there's always so much extra food, which I would rather have extra than the run out. And the same thing with water. So this is a very light aid station. We will have, I just packed the bin. So I put in, there's some candy. We will have granola bars, fruit snacks, and then tomorrow, well, probably Friday, I'll wait to buy the bananas and clementines. So there'll be some snackies there with some fruit available, and then water. And then the bigger aid station for you guys is when you come back to Squatch HQ. That's going to be around mile 7.5. And that is before you go out to the 10K. That will be more of a full aid station where we will have Scratch available. So that's one of our sponsors. They provide the electrolyte drinks for us. We'll also have water. Snacks will be the same thing that is at the previous aid station, but a few more items. So we threw in, I just packed that as well. We got Oreos, gluten-free Oreos, potato chips, tortilla chips, and then the fruit snacks, granola bars. We'll have bananas, clementines, and then what's very exciting is the pickle juice fountain. We will be bringing that to this event. I'm hoping we can bring it to every race where it's appropriate, and this is definitely needed because a couple years ago we did not do pickles, and I heard about it. You guys let me know that pickles needed to be at this aid station. So just packed the whole bin of pickles. We have a gallon of pickle juice coming from our friends at the Pickle Juice Company, which is really, really cool. So that's your main aid station. You're going to want to fuel up before heading out to the 10K. And then you will hit the West Mountain Shelter. It's the final climb on the course, and that's around mile 11. Again, this has been something that's evolved. I think I was just talking with Jody about this. The first year, we hiked in 20 gallons of water, which was so overkill. And it is slowly reduced to this year, we're only hiking in 5 gallons. And even that, we will probably hike like 3.5 or 4 gallons back out. Again, we just don't want to run out of stuff. That is there if you need it. Just a reminder though, all the events are cupless, so you need to bring a cup with you. Please don't be that person who's like drinking out of the gallon. Just don't. Please don't do that. Bring a cup. We do have reusable cups at check-in that you can take. That's sponsored by HydroPack, so I'd encourage you to grab one of those if you don't have something to pour your water into. So that's at mile 11 at the West Mountain Shelter. Okay, very important note here. If you have crew that's coming, neither of those aid stations are crew accessible, especially the Queensboro aid station. Please do not go there. It is on a dead-end street, and we've finally made great relationships with the folks that live there. They had very poor experiences with races that used to be at Harriman State Park, and they just weren't great stewards to the neighborhood. So we've worked really hard to build that relationship. Please don't break that rule by sending people to spectate. There's no spectators, no crew, nothing. In our permit, it specifically says there's only one vehicle that's allowed, and that's Jody Bauer's truck for the aid station. So don't blow it, please. I'm begging you, don't do it. We haven't had issues in the past, and I think that's because we communicate this pretty clearly each year. And it's the same for the West Mountain Shelter. It's over 2 miles in. It's on very, very rugged technical signal track, and it is not crew accessible. Again, that is in our permit, so please don't go up there. For the 10K, the only aid station you have is that West Mountain Shelter, and for you, that'll be around mile 4, and again, that is water only. So please make sure that you're packing whatever snacks you might need for your 10K adventure. Make sure you fuel up at Squatch HQ or bring your own stuff. As always, our volunteers are the ones who make the trail magic happen. We have a lot of people who are involved in this event. This is a race where we have people who are involved ahead of time, especially because we have people who are hiking in the water. We have people who are helping me mark the course on Friday, the volunteers, everything. So it's just a huge team effort, and we really appreciate everything the volunteer dream team does to make the trail magic happen. So these are things I've already mentioned. Blow through it here. Again, cupless, bring a cup. If you don't have one, grab one of the Hydro Pack reusable cups that we have at check-in. Scratch Labs provides us with their hydration products. And we've got the pickle juice fountain here. So that's what that looks like. We will have that going at Squatch HQ. If you want to take a shot of pickle juice, which of course is not non-alcoholic, but it is definitely a highlight of all of our races to have the pickle juice fountain. Yeah, I won't read through this again. This is crewing. Just know that you can have crew at Squatch HQ for the entire race. There's just no other accessible points on the course for crew. For pacing, all of our events, if you are over the age of 60, you can have a pacer at any time. You can have a pacer from start to finish. And if you are an athlete with a disability, that's the same thing. You can have a pacer from start to finish. We just ask that you pre-register your pacer with us at the start of the trail party. All of that information is available online. It's a very quick Google form that you fill out. So we know that you're on the course. We have you sign the waiver, and then we also know that we'll have a pacer bib available for you. And you can choose. We have a pacer bib and we have a guide bib. So whichever feels better for you, you can use that. And again, that's going to be at check-in. Trail party rules. We've talked about this. Bibs need to be worn at all times on the front. Don't leave trash out in the course. Carry in, carry out. Trekking poles are allowed. And then one of our last rules here, which is probably the most important, is that we have a zero tolerance for bullying, hate speech, disrespectful language, behavior towards other participants, spectators, volunteers, race staff, or park users. We have an online form. It's called Speak Up for Community Care Forum. It's available for reporting any instances that you can report that anonymously. We want to hear about it so we can address it and make sure that our trail parties remain a safe space for everybody to have fun out there. So again, course closes at 3 o'clock sharp. We will have our sweepers following the last hiker to enforce cutoff times. The permit prohibits runners and hikers from continuing on the course if they miss a cutoff. So the big one for this race is the 12:30 cutoff at Squatch HQ for you to complete the 7.5 miles. That's for the half marathoners. We do have a big race clock at the finish line, so we encourage you to just simply look at that when you finish so you know what your finish time is. Our race timer is going to be very focused on the screen, is not able to pull up results and all that. So results will be likely posted on Saturday evening, if not Sunday at the latest. Leave no trace. Oh, yes. And then to our friends at the New York, New Jersey Trail Conference, they are the ones who maintain all of the trails at Harriman State Park, plus an additional 2,000 plus miles throughout New York, New Jersey, and some into Connecticut, Pennsylvania. But they are the co-sponsors for this event. They have been since day one. They also co-sponsor a couple of our other races. If you didn't know, we capitalized the TC in Squatch for this race as a nod to the Trail Conference, and we really appreciate all of the work that they do. Last couple items here, just miscellaneous. Tag us in your social media posts. We love to celebrate with you. So if you got some hype going into the event, let us know. Tag us at Sasquatch Trail Running for Facebook and Instagram. And just another thank you to our volunteers and to Scratch Labs. And we'll just list our sponsors and partners here: Scratch Labs, Sneaker Factory, Nutrition Mechanic, Well Body Labs, Lightfoot Athletics, Chaos Crewing, Run Wild, Trail Sisters, Southbound Conservancy, New York, New Jersey Trail Conference, the Trail Mix Fund, Bigger Than the Trail, Stride for Stride, Dre Host PT, Women in Ultra Running, Wild Sense Goods, and our newest partner, Powers of Change. Again, Fia will be on site at HQ. Really excited for y'all to meet her. And that is it in terms of our announcements. If you have any questions and you're watching live, you're welcome to press the comment button and it'll pop up on my end. But otherwise, we're really, really excited to see you all on Saturday. We've got, at this point, about 200 and I think it was 257 right now that are signed up between all the 4 distances. So we've got the 10K half marathon and then the lightweight, heavyweight ruck for the 10K as well. This is a race where we cannot do race day registration. Again, that's a part of our permit, so we can't collect any fees on site. So Friday evening will be the latest that you can sign up for the race. Probably going to do a big email blast to our database just to remind folks that this is the last call for this. Probably, I'd imagine there's some folks out there who are weather stalking. They want to make sure that the weather is on their side, whatever flavor they enjoy for the weather. That is it. I think we're going to wrap up here. I don't see any questions in the comments. It is 7:35, not bad, 35-minute pre-race announcements here. So between now, that's the last thing, between now and race day, if you have any questions, reach out to me via my cell phone, which is listed on all of the emails and the website. I'm not going to be on email too much as we're going to be on trail, getting the course all ready for the big day on Saturday. Okay, that is it. Until Saturday, and when we see you, keep it squat.